Greetings ladies and gentlemen, Adrian here. Welcome back to the channel. Let's kick off the new month with a look at all the new confirmed MMORPG launches, content updates, and more coming our way in January 2020 for your convenience. All subsequent launch announcements and news about content can be found in my weekly news drop videos, so subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for that. Let's begin with new MMORPG launches this month, starting with Temtem. This creature-collecting MMORPG is hugely inspired by Pokemon, made by developers Crema, and it's being published by Humble Bundle. Launching its early access on the 21st of January on Steam, Temtem will put players on the airborne archipelago consisting of 6 unique islands where your journey unfolds. Players will adventure and collect over 141 Temtem monsters to train, do battle with others, and rise to the top in a story campaign that's also co-op if you want to play with friends. The online world ensures that you get an MMO experience, and unlike Pokemon, you'll see other Temtem tamers around you, and you can interact with them for PvE and PvP. Besides the usual, there's a housing system, tournament formats, and much more at launch. Temtem will be available on all platforms, including the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch down the line, but for now, the early access remains on PC and Discord. If you're wondering, it's unlikely that the game will be free to play and will cost a buy-in fee. It will not have any pay-to-win mechanics, according to the developers. Another new MMO launching on Steam Early Access this month is The Yellow King, which arrives on the 23rd of January. This is an indie MMO by developer Spellbook, and it's a dark H.P. Lovecraft-inspired world. Along with others, players will be able to tackle Infinite-style dungeons in PvE to discover secret treasures, roguelike puzzles, and overcome adversaries to earn cosmetics, using the game's complex combat system in their words, although little information is available at the moment regarding what sort of progression system it uses or if there's a main story campaign. For PvP, there's going to be arenas to take on other players, and there will be guilds as well. It's looking like it won't be a free title either, and interestingly, it says on Steam that anyone who plays The Yellow King during the early access period will be granted a free lifetime subscription. Up next, and coming on the 24th of January, is hardcore MMORPG ASTARIA, launching on Steam Early Access. You will remember this one if you watched my December launches video, and since then, the game's rescheduled its release and has gotten a facelift somewhat, with a new logo and a better write-up about what the game's all about. In short, ASTARIA is an indie player versus developer style MMO that's made by a very small team, and you can expect heavy focus on the social aspects, the crafting elements, territory control, weighted combat, and full loot on death. It has a hint of sandbox about it, so if you're interested, be sure to look it up on Steam and expect a buy-to-play model for this one. For something much sooner, January 8th marks the Steam launch of AVABEL Online, an action combat MMORPG by Japanese studio Asobimo Inc. From the visual previews, AVABEL looks more like a mobile MMO JRPG than a traditional PC MMO, and its description says to expect plenty of PvP in this one, from standard arenas to guild versus guild content that can host up to 1,000 players in battle. There's also an inbuilt battle royale mode called the AVABEL Super Fight. English language is supported at launch, and I'd be surprised if this one isn't free to play with optional microtransactions within. Okay, now that the new game launches are done, let's go over all the major content updates and announcements from some established MMORPGs this month, starting with World of Warcraft. January 14th marks the launch of the much-anticipated patch 8.3 Visions of N'Zoth. Patch 8.3 is the next big content update for retail World of Warcraft, featuring the new allied races of Volpera and Mechanomes, Death Knights for all races, new assaults and horrific visions, corrupted gear, new essences, the auction house improvements, class tweaks, and a whole bunch more. Following that, the new Ny'alotha raid will launch on January 21st, followed by the Mythics a week later. For The Elder Scrolls Online, January 16th is the big date this month because ZeniMax will be announcing this year's new season, which consists of 3 new DLCs and a chapter, aka expansion, and we'll learn all about it during the reveal event, which will be live streamed for folks that can't attend in person. Do we know anything about it so far? Not much except the teaser title, which is Dark Heart of Skyrim, and we know that it will follow the new year-long narrative formula like last year's Season of the Dragon, in which all the DLCs are tied together by an overarching story. Should we expect similar release schedules of a DLC every quarter? This will be very likely, but again, until we learn more from the event, everything is down to speculation at the moment. January 20th marks the single biggest update in Albion Online's history since its launch, according to its studio Sandbox Interactive. The Queen update will launch on the 20th for the free-to-play MMORPG, and it's nothing less than a total revisioning of Albion's endgame experience, centered around a complete rework of the Outlands, along with massive new systems including guild hideouts, elite Avalonian dungeons, open-world battles for territory control, the Crystal League, and much more. Leading up to this, the team has shared great detail about how these huge changes will impact players, especially in the Outlands, with migrations and things like that. So if you do play the game but haven't been back in a while, best to get up to speed before the update launches. For Neverwinter players, Cryptic Studios will launch the latest expansion module for the free-to-play Dungeons & Dragons MMO on January 21st, known as the Infernal Descent. The update, also known as Module 18, will mark the debut of Neverwinter's first ever campaign for level 80 characters, taking place in Hell for the first time. The module will feature a new endgame dungeon, an adventure zone set on the Valanus estate, new story instances, demonic encounters, and plenty more, all based on the Descent into Avernus Dungeons & Dragons module. No word on the console release date at the moment, but it should be out sometime in 2020 as well. The big update for Black Desert Online PC this month is, of course, the arrival of the game's 19th class, the brand new Guardian. Launching worldwide on the 22nd of January, the Guardian is a battle axe and shield-wielding female warrior from the mountains, and her backstory is that she's a devout follower of the ancient dragon Omua. To date, Prolobis has shared plenty of class previews about the skills available to the Guardian, and it's heavy on the offensive side with enough survivability to ensure she's one of the last ones standing on the battlefield. Pre-registration events for the new class have already gone live, so don't miss out on those if you want some launch day goodies. And finally, we come to Guild Wars 2. ArenaNet has confirmed through last month's 2020 roadmap that we will be getting Episode 2 of the new Icebrood saga on the 28th of January. Titled Shadow in the Ice, Episode 2 will continue this season's story so far, which started way back in the prologue, and will feature a new map, hopefully the new masteries, strike boss fights, and more. More details about what exactly is contained within Episode 2 will have to wait until ArenaNet are officially back from the holidays, and we should see deeper previews closer to launch, including a full-length teaser trailer. Right, we've had some good stuff so far, but we do have some game closures to talk about this month. The first game that's shutting down in January will be PlanetSide Arena. Daybreak's vision of a light and compact PlanetSide with a core battle royale offering in early access on Steam backfired clearly, as the player numbers just wasn't high enough to sustain a game like that. Therefore, the studio has announced that the lights will be going out officially on the 10th of January. The second game, unfortunately, is the Korean version of ASTELLIA. Last month, the regional publishers Nexon announced that the live services would be ending for ASTELLIA in South Korea come January 16th, and to date, no official reason was given regarding the closures, but developers and global publishers Baradhor and ENA have since come out to reassure its players that the current NA/EU version will not be affected by this, and that the game now welcomes any Korean players that are looking for a new home. And that's all I've got for now, folks. Again, for all subsequent launches and announcements, hang tight for the weekend news drops. If there's anything I missed this early in the month, it's not intentional, and do feel free to share what else is coming our way in the comment section down below. Wishing you folks a fantastic month of gaming ahead, and I'll see you all in the next video. Hit the like button for the love of MMOs, and feel free to subscribe to the channel and get notified whenever a new video is up. Once again, I'm Adrian, and I thank you for watching.